Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on American Warrior Radio. Notice I have my Space Force shirt on today. Check it out. The guys and gals of the Space Force are amazing. But listen, let's get to the heart of the matter. When I did a short video during the Vietnam and All Veterans of Brevard ceremony, and John was filming it, did a wonderful job, got some good information out there. And speaking of information, I'm going off on a tangent again. If you like what you see, share this. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the notifications button so every time we drop a video, you're going to be alerted to it. And it's every Sunday this happens. So please subscribe and click on the notifications button. Now, let's get going. DIC, Dependents Indemnity Compensation. This is a benefit paid to survivors of military veterans who succumb to either a service-connected disorder or some other conditions that I'll get to in a moment. I have a great friend and confidant, Doug Haynes, who's also an accredited claims agent, sent me a correction. So thank you, Doug. I'm not infallible. I mentioned the 8-year rule. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's look at DIC, Dependents Indemnity Compensation, tax-free money to survivors of veterans that succumb to, here's the deal. If you're on active duty and you were killed, your surviving spouse or brother or father, whoever's a dependent of you, may be eligible for this benefit. If you succumb to any disorder, that means if you had cancer, but it's not a service-connected disorder, and you die of that, and here's the caveat, you have held your permanent and total rating for 10 years, not 8, like I mentioned, 10 years, there's eligibility. So you have to have that. You have to either die of a service-connected disorder on the death certificate, even if it's listed as approximate cause, hypertension for somebody that died of a heart attack and was service-connected for it. Whatever, that death certificate and the notation about approximate cause is very important, and they can be changed. Let's get to where I made a mistake, and that was the 8-year rule. If you've held your permanent and total disability rating for 8 years or longer, then there's a kicker. It's additional money. It's some $342. Current rate for DIC. Again, we're replacing at 100%. We're replacing nearly $4,000 with $1,612.75 for the surviving spouse. The 8-year kicker, that's another $300. So you're almost up to $2,000. It's tax-free. So it's very important. And hopefully, as you're going through the grieving process, your funeral home is going to make application, which is a 534 form, to the VA so that you can get this benefit going. Want to cover a couple things. The surviving spouse had to be married to the veteran that succumbed on active duty, or you had to be married to the veteran prior to 1957. Believe me, there's plenty of us still around that are that old. And also, if you are married for at least 1 year, that's the qualifier. You have to be married for at least 1 year to the veteran when they succumb. Otherwise, you're not going to qualify for DIC, so keep that in mind. Or you had a child and were cohabitating with the veteran at the time of death. So those are a lot of little stipulations, but everything you want to know about DIC is at va.gov. It's an ocean of information. We're trying to break it down and keep it simple so that you can quickly and easily access the benefit that you've earned. Anything else that I could cover here? There's some other things talking about marriage and children and survivors for if it's a father or brother, somebody that was a legitimate dependent of the veteran can also claim this benefit. DIC, Dependents Indemnity Compensation. Die while on active duty, paid. Succumb to a service-connected disorder, paid. 100% permanent and total, and passed away from some condition not even related to service, where you have held that P&T, permanent and total, for 10 years, paid. The other qualifiers are the marriage. You have to have been married to the vet for 1 year or more, and some other things that I just mentioned. But I want to thank Doug Haynes for bringing that to my attention because it's very important. We always are going to get you the right information right on time. Listen, I'm glad you joined us for American Warrior Radio, and we got some great episodes coming up because you know what? June is PTSD Awareness Month, so stay tuned. Listen, subscribe to the channel, click on the notifications, and then please share this information. With that, I'm going to say I'm Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio, and don't forget, thank a vet. Hi everyone, it's Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio. I'm here with my good friend Christian. We're here to deliver a very important message about a crisis in our land.
Suicide prevention, more specifically, veteran suicide prevention.
22 a day are taking their own lives. This must stop. This can't continue. If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, please know that God has tomorrow planned for you. Don't take your own life, and just remember, suicide is a permanent solution
to a temporary problem.